name is Jared Yazzie. I own OXDX Clothing. It's a design, screen printing, fashion label that operates here in Tempe, Arizona. I'm from the Navajo Nation. I'm Dineh myself, but I grew up in Holbrook, Arizona, so border town res. I feel like it helped me become a storyteller to be in a border town, and we use the tools around us just like our ancestors have. You know, our ancestors always had the tools and objects around them to create art, to tell stories, to pass down. So OXDX is doing that. We're using social media, we're using graphic design, we're using a t-shirt. Simple tools, but are effective in telling stories. So our mission has always been to tell stories, and I think that's gonna be our mission until the end. My vision of when I started, OXDX, it was just a low-key art project way back in the day. I was in college, starting designs in my dorm room. I would pay myself whatever I could out of pocket, and you know, I was crashing couches. I was helping people print their jobs and then print my stuff on lunch breaks, that kind of thing. It really wasn't supposed to be anything. It was just a sort of passion project for me to amplify my own voice. I'm mostly a shy, soft-spoken person. I think most Native people are. Having t-shirts, having art was sort of a way to be loud, a way to be, you know, to make my voice known in a setting that was sort of silencing me at that time. It wasn't until I started getting the office space, having to pay my own internet, my own employees, then you start to realize there's the budgeting involved. Finance and business, something that you don't know as a Native person growing up. I don't think it's something built into our cultural teachings. You know, Native people are usually raised as a community where we're also very giving. We like to take care of each other. The idea of capitalism and business and financing is very rough. Those ideas are rough to conceptualize as a Native person. You get these kind of introductory offers from different things. And I know like credit cards, probably don't look at those. But in the same way, you get offers from the places that take payments and cards. But looking back at it, they're a crazy amount of interest. We were selling so much stuff. It seemed like we were just doing very well, but the money didn't seem to be happening. Why a Native person may not be in the same starting point as someone else. Business knowledge, like can we collectively name a Native business that operates in people's everyday lives? It's tough to even find one example. Native people are in need. The res is ours, and it's home, and it's great, but it needs a lot of infrastructure. Speaking to a reluctant investor that might have some second thoughts about Native business, I could see why. I could see why you could be reluctant. Business is folding all the time. So the odds are against us even from the beginning, and then being a Native entrepreneur, the odds are against you. But Native people come from this place of needing to do more, to be on an even keel. And I think it makes us resilient, and when we see someone succeed, it's an amazing motivation. So we need kind of more of that, and in the creative space, Native perspective, Native stories is that new thing. We are telling stuff from our ancestors to our grandparents, to our parents, to us. It's in our blood to be creative, to want to be in a place of beauty. Yeah, just that viewpoint is something missing in the creative world. And when it is done right, when it's seen right, I think people really vibe to it. Create jobs for people on the res. Hopefully OXDX can be the house for the next great artist, for the next great brand, for the next great jeweler, whatever comes around. Hopefully we can be the stepping stone that takes them off. We are here with resources, and imagine the talent and the art that's existing on the res right now if they had that access as well. What would that look like? If we could handle that ourselves and it be done in the correct way, it would be just instrumental to our communities. It would offer a bunch of jobs. It offer at least hope that a creative life is possible for the next person. You know, we can be artists and we can be business people and we can earn our own living from it. But that's something that's really tough to kind of conceptualize. If you saw more examples of that and you had the resources, it would be crazy, you know, it would be unstoppable.